Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be going over some of the kind of just doing a little bit of a recap for the hyper training, bottle caps, and raising your IVs, as well as a leak regarding the next community day as far as a new Pokemon is concerned. We're going to go over that. Not sure 100% if this is actually going to be what we're going to receive, but apparently it was accidentally leaked, so we will be going over that. But we're going to do a little bit of a recap here, going over all the information that we kind of know at this point regarding how we're going to be able to raise our IVs for our Pokemon, hyper training, bottle caps, everything you need to know. So with that said, hope you do enjoy this video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today is going to be the community day for the ice cream cone. Oh, I haven't even made a video about that. You know why? I should have. But I'm pretty sure you got all the information you need to know. It's just a bad community day. Okay. You may like that Pokemon. I'm not trying to take any jabs at the ice cream cone, but anyways, that was probably one of the first Pokemon I said, okay, now they're losing ideas. All right, now with that said though, let's go ahead and get into the information here. Now, this is all going to be brought to you by the Pokemon group. I'm sure there's other data miners out there who found information too, but this is where I'm pulling my information. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this here. All right, so let's go ahead and start with... We're going to go into the newer stuff. It's not really newer, and then we're going to just kind of recap everything. All right, so anyways... more additions to hyper training system. Yeah, that's not too much information for you there. Remote raid battles now appear to be complete, just waiting for it to be enabled. Party play with weekly tasks. See, the party play is a fun feature, but people are not really doing it, so they're now trying to make incentives for you to do it. All right, getting into the actual IVs and training. Let's go ahead and see here. You're going to be able to increase it by one IV or multiple IVs, and we actually have a video for you to take a look at. I know a lot of you have already seen it, but we're going to see that too. It's not new, but the tutorial for the hyper training has been updated. Okay, not much there. This is going to actually be the background for when you do train, and he goes on to say it's not a special background or a location card. It was alongside the Pokemon type of the background. So you know how each Pokemon has their type, you know, the whatever's first, flying being the last one we finally saw in Pokemon Go, because there was no Pokemon that was actually flying. It was just like, it's like normal and flying. But nonetheless, this is going to be the background that you're going to see when you do go into this hyper training when you raise the IVs apparently. So pretty awesome stuff. Moving it on here. It appears that similar to the lucky trinket, the bottle caps may also expire. Okay, so you're gonna have to use them quick. All right, not sure how quick, but it looks like they're gonna expire. You can set the IV target for training. You cannot lower the Pokemon IVs, right? And it appears that there is going to be a training limit to how much IVs you can improve on each Pokemon, not how much you are going to be able to improve altogether for like just how many in general. But for each Pokemon, they're going to have a limit, right? Which is pretty much standard play, right? There are two types of items to increase the IVs, the single type and then the triple type. Not sure how that's going to 100% work, but we do have that video, right? The example we use, all right, there is a video, so I'll go ahead and put this up for you right here. So as you can see, it looks like you are going to maybe... And there is a placeholder, so the Pokeball, that's a placeholder for the bottle cap or something, right? Looks like you're going to be able to increase, say, if you want to increase 2 IVs for defense, and then 1 in attack, or vice versa, or whatever the case may be. It looks like you're actually going to be able to do that and kind of, you know, pick a target on what kind of IVs you want to raise up. I don't know how much they're going to allow you to raise per Pokemon. So say if you have something like... a shiny that you're trying to improve or something like that, and the IVs on the defense are like sitting at 9 or 8 or 6. I don't know if you're going to actually be able to bring that all the way up to 15, so we'll just have to see because we do not have all the information quite yet. But there is that video. Moving it on here. So some details have been confirmed. Pokemon must be set as your buddy. We've already discussed that, so maybe you want to start raising them up, you know, to best buddy or something like that. And then moving on here, you'll also need to complete multiple tasks training. We don't have all the little bit of details on how that's going to 100% work, but there are going to be multiple steps in doing this. So it looks like you're going to have to do the training on top of having the bottle caps as well, and some special tasks in between here. And it looks like they go on to say, so let's keep on going here. There's a time limit before it expires. Shadow Pokemon cannot be trained, and it is going to have something to do with PvP. I don't think everything involving raising your IVs is going to have everything to do with PvP. I just think that there's going to be particular things that you're going to have to do, like you know, do this, walk this kilometer, and then also train, go battle league. If they're gonna have to make you win, say, I don't know, X amount of battles and go battle league, I don't find that to be a big problem, but there's gonna be a lot of unhappy people out there who do not like to PvP, but there is that. So continuing on here, as you can see, so we have an image, hyper training, explore, X, it says 0, but you know, fill in the blank. So explore 0 certain amount of kilometers with your trainee as your buddy, all right, with your trainee. And then we do have explore, you know, for the attack, they're all the same. So looks like you're going to have those individual things. I don't know if it's going to be time gated, but you have, let's see here, it looks like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps or something like that to raise 1 IV. So we'll have to see. What if it's like 5 kilometers for each little thing? That's not a big deal. And I'm not going to endorse this completely or nothing, but it's a free market out there. You do whatever you want. This information is out there. It's not like I'm bringing you some sort of secret, but go on Amazon and get yourself a rocker if this is what they're going to make us do. Now, you can explore and walk kilometers normally, but I know there's going to be people out there who are like, you know, what the hell with this? Let's go ahead and rock this son of a gun, right? So there's that. All right, now moving into the leaked information here. So from Pogo Central, apparently he's put the credit up here, and also other people were finding it too. So it's not like one individual found it, but it's more so it was just put out there, and now all kinds of people are just throwing it out there for us. But it looks like an image that was put out from the Pokemon Go Germany page shows Pommy with a group of people, and potentially kind of spoiling the next community day as I'm doing it to you right now. A little bit of spoiler alert, right? But it looks like we're going to get Pommy for the next actual new Pokemon for Community Day, as we knew that this was going to happen one day, eventually, right? Now, we're going to go ahead and throw this video up. I personally do have a 100, and it's completely maxed out, and it's best buddy. Well, as a matter of fact, it has one more power-up to go, and then it will be completely maxed out. I haven't done it because it's best buddy, and if I do bring it up one more level, then when I best buddy it up, it'll go over. So I just said, nah, I'll just keep it at this last one here. I'll probably evolve this because honestly, as far as this evolution right here, it's got all electric moves. Literally, the only kind of moves it has are electric, despite it being part fighting. You know, it'd be amazing, which they have done this before in the past multiple times, so it's not something super far-fetched. But if they gave that first stage an actual new move too, that would be great, alongside, of course, the fully evolved evolution of it too. And it is crazy. Am I tripping, or does this thing have like its hair is shaped like a pot leaf? It really is. It's like the pot hair. All right, but it's electric and fighting. So yeah, have one maxed out. Could be pretty interesting. I've got a lot of XL candies on top of maxing one out. I don't know how many have I encountered. Let's see here. Not mousehole, new. All right. Whoa. Okay. So we're looking at seen nearly almost 1,700, caught about 1,200. So that's why I have so many XL candy. These son of a guns are everywhere. Have that 100 looking good, and it is powered up. As far as the usability on how good it is actually going to be, I'm not too sure, but we'll just have to see. Now, another thing to take note of for Pommy, to evolve it fully into its final evolution, into Palmon, is you're going to have to walk 25 kilometers. Now, of course, during community days where Pokemon require some sort of a special thing to evolve, Niantic will usually kind of nerf it or make it easier. For instance, like, what was it for the for Primeape into Annihilate? They kind of like bring it down a little bit, made it easier for you to do. It's not so difficult for that, but they made the requirements a lot less grindy. And for this one, 25 kilometers, there's no way that you're going to be able to have a community day. Well, you can, but nobody's going to be able to make. There's going to be very few people with this thing ready to go. So I wouldn't say start working on them now. If you have a good one and you're ready to go, then I would maybe kind of work on that. The one that I have personally has the kilometers knocked out, but I think they'll probably like reduce it down to like 2 or 1 kilometer. So there is that as well. Keep that in mind. So you're gonna have to be moving. So if you're still, again, another one of these things where rockers are just gonna be coming in handy. I'm not trying to promote cheating, but the cat's out of the bag. So yeah, that's just what it is. But anyways, folks, that's the information for today. Hope you did enjoy this video. Not too sure what the heck I'm going to get up later because we do have that community day. I am going to go out there. I'm going to grind a little bit for it. I'm not going to go too crazy because this thing is absolutely just useless. All right. That's just the fact of the matter. That's just as simple as that. If there's another ice type, it's better. That's just the way it goes, okay? Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care.